Alright, Alico 3 here. Today's going to be a break of 2018 Bowman Hobby. 24 packs, I believe, is it 10 or 12 cards? I should say on the side. 10 cards per pack. Obviously a very hot product, and it's been hard to attain boxes of this for a reasonable price because of the way the Otani Chrome Autos have been selling for. In my opinion, the boxes are still too cheap. If you factor in what a box of 2017 Bowman costs, I think they're around the same level as this, and there's no player comparable to Shohei, aside from Ronald Acuna, but his Chrome Auto, I think it's going for like 500 to 600, and the Otani base is like 1,000. So, most of the time when you bust a box like this, you're gonna get beat pretty bad. I was able to get this for 125 a box, so definitely not cheap. But I think Blowout and stuff has them for 165. So I got a few of them in, and that's probably all I'm gonna do for the hobby. Just too pricey. But I will do some blasters. I've got a blaster case coming in, so I'll do some blasters on camera if you guys want to watch that. But so here's the packs. I've always been a bigger fan of the hobby. I know a lot of people love the jumbo, but that's just me. Bowman to me is a lot more than just the autos. I like the base rookies and the chrome first year cards. So there's a couple rookies right there. Francisco Mejia. And then you get some of these. They've been doing these for years now. Bowman Scouts, top 100, which are neat little inserts, not much. They're not worth much, but they're still cool. So I'll just make some stacks of like rookies and inserts. Something that they did add in this year with Bowman is they kind of put a little prospect thing around the team logo. If you guys can kind of see the small letters right there, which I think is pretty cool. I have noticed on the two boxes I broke off camera that the majority of the prospect cards aren't first Bowman cards, and I tend to collect the ones that say first Bowman. To me, that's more like a rookie card. I know it's hard to, like this is the rookie card, right? But to me, it's, yes, this is a rookie card. To me, it's kind of like the first Bowman too. But there's a Juan Soto. So this would be, he has a 2016 Bowman Chrome and some 2017 drafts though. So this is like a third-year prospect card. But he is tearing up the minor leagues right now. So I just like breaking Bowman because I've broke it for so many years, and if you take care of the cards and put them in a box, check them in 2 or 3 years, you find a lot of gems. Like back in 2015 I broke tons of boxes of 2015 Bowman, and I've got a bunch of Ozzie Albies base rookies chrome, just tons of them that I'm going to go through and try to slab some. So that's just something cool about Bowman. Here's a Dane Dunning Scouts choice. I'll try to speed it up a little bit so we're not breaking this at a snail's pace. So these are all prospect cards. This is the Cubs. I think it's their top pitching prospect right now, Adbert Alzolay. But I do plan on doing like some 2017 Bowman draft and some 2016 Bowman draft. I'm just trying to get my hands on some at a good price. So there's a hashtag Bowman trending. I'm not a huge fan of that. Just I'm not a huge fan of the social media stuff. So, but I'm sure some people love it. DJ Peters, he's a power hitting prospect for the Dodgers. So the majority of these prospects are not ever going to make it. That's just the reality of Bowman. When you flip back and go through old Bowman, I'd say like 90% of the guys didn't really do anything and didn't make it just because it's so tough to make the show. There's a Bo Bichette insert, and then some prospect cards. There's one of the Royals' top 5 prospects right there. So this kid was drafted pretty high. Hunter Green, 2nd overall. He's getting absolutely shelled right now. I believe he's an A-ball, but he is a high school kid, and it's a small sample size, but I think he's got like a 13 earned run average right now. So the front of the pack is always your vets. There's a decent prospect for the pods, and then this Bowman birthday stuff is kind of, I'm not a huge fan of this stuff either. It just looks weird. Yeah, I'm just going to be honest with the stuff I do like and I don't. That's a weird picture of him. Cunha doesn't really look like his face to me. Looks like Otis Nixon or something. Just a random observation. Base, a few rookies there. And then J.P. Crawford, Rookie of the Year favorites. These are pretty cool. And then some more prospects. There's Michael Baez. I think he's from Cuba. Yeah, 6'8". So, big prospect from Cuba. There's a Devers paper. J.D. Davis and Rosario, who's kind of quietly trying to find his way this year so far. There is a Bowman Sterling, which I don't... Do they still make that product? Because if they still make that product, do they really need a Bowman Sterling card in Bowman? But if they don't make it, then I understand. So, Tatis Jr., he's struggling a little bit so far. Believe he's in Double-A, and he's only 19, so that's very advanced for him. Got Alcantara. Here's some blue. So, I mean, you don't get a ton of numbered color, really. So here's a paper Kershaw to 499. Base. Here's Nick Stenzel. His first Bowman was last year, so this is just a prospect card. And then a Rookie of the Year favorites of Rosario. So we're kind of moving a little bit faster now. There should be an auto in here somewhere. There's an Ohtani, so this would definitely be a card I'd want to slab. I believe he's pitching in Japan here, and they photoshopped his jersey and hat. That's what it looks like to me. So put that in the rookie pile. We've got some more base. Was that Walker Buehler? I think he just got called up like a week ago. And then these, I'm not a huge fan of these cards, but you guys know how I am with like 2 or 3 people on the same card. So there's some Marlins prospects. Gleyber, is that how you say his name? Gleyber Torres. There's a lot of hype for him. We'll see how he does in the majors. He's a young kid too. I think he's only 21, so there's a Judge. Stevenson, he's kind of like a low ceiling player. His tools aren't really that good, but he could probably serve and try to help the Nationals in some way. Max Kepler, Bowman birthdays. That's such a lame set. I'm sorry. Better than the Farm's Finest mini cards they used to put in this stuff. Couldn't stand those. CJ Chatham, and then we have Orion McMahon. Maybe you say it McMahon, I don't know. But I know he's struggling pretty bad right now. He's one of the Rockies' best prospects, too. Here's an Atomic. There's an Aussie rookie. His stuff's shooting up good. These aren't numbered, so I don't know. But they look really cool. It's got that cracked ice feel. So Will Craig, first rounder from college. He's already like 23, so I don't know. I'm sure a Pirates fan could fill me in on that. Let's separate the vets from the prospects. Chance Cisco. Rhys Hoskins, that's pretty cool. We've got some Indians prospects here. We're still waiting on some color. Looking for like some chrome color. Base. This Colton Welker guy is raking right now. Taylor Trammell, he's a top 5 prospect for the Reds. I've been doing a lot of prospect research. Every year I get into prospect mode, and sometimes it lasts longer than others, but it's kind of fun, even though it's almost impossible. Nick Williams. Brendan Rodgers should be up, I'm going to guess, like August. He'll be up with the big club. This is an interesting player, Jorge Matteo. He was the Yankees, one of their top prospects a few years ago. He got dealt over in What trade was that where he got dealt over? Okay, it says it on the back here. He was in the Sonny Gray trade last July, but he's really struggling to find his way. I believe he's in Double A for the A's, but he's supposed to be known as like a speedster, and he's not stealing any bags, and he's hitting like 180. So we'll kind of have to watch what happens with him. Here's a Walker Buehler. They got him as number 6 on this scouts, which is crazy. It's high. Alex Verdugo, he just got called up over the weekend. Robles, he's kind of the guy that I'm starting a little PC of. That's a pretty good one, actually. It's not a first Bowman because I think he has autos in the 17 draft, but he was the 3rd overall pick for the Pods. Mackenzie Gore. So that's actually a neat card. That's the blue to 150. So the auto in this box was good, I would say, for sure. I mean, I'll probably try to slab it 'cause I get slab happy. There's our, we don't have a lot of players in the farm, but this is one of the guys we're counting on to come up and play first base here in a few years. Nick Prado, high school kid that we drafted last year. And then this kid's supposed to have pretty good potential. Andres Jimenez for the Mets. Believe he's in Double A, doing pretty well, and he's only 19. So, I mean, anytime you see prospects that are that far ahead, it just kind of gives you an indication of they're probably going to be pretty good players. I mean, it just seems like when players can make it up to the show early, they turn into superstars a lot more often. Doesn't hold true in all cases, but I think a lot of the time it does. Here's an Anthony Alfre. Not sure what the plan is with him. He's getting a little long in the tooth. He's like 24, but Nick Williams, Clint Frazier. So they did something a little bit different this year. They did the numbering on the front. I always liked it on the back, but it doesn't like make me that upset. And I don't know a lot about this prospect, but he's a shortstop in the Astro system, so either a trade or a new position is on the way. 2 packs left, so there's a Devers Rookie of the Year favorite. So I mean, I think this has been a pretty good box. I mean you're gonna get beat pretty bad on this product, breaking at the price levels they are, unless you hit something crazy. They don't give you much numbered chrome or anything in these boxes, which is kind of surprising. So they must have printed a lot of it, is what I'm guessing. Here's a little cool Kingery. Now, I don't know what you'd call this, teal to 125. And then here's a couple big prospects. Kendall for the Dodgers, and then this guy from Cuba. He's one of those Cubans, and you know those Cubans have come over, and there's a lot of flash for them. But I don't know if the production's always there. You know, we've got like Puig and Soler, and like the worst example is the Boston Red Sox signed that kid Resny Castillo for like 50 or 60 million, and he's done nothing. So that's the box. There's all the cards. We did get that cool auto of Padre Mackenzie Gore. So that's it. I'm gonna get this one uploaded later.